Yayo. This one's going to be about two things. One is going to be how to ship single booster packs through the mail, USPS mail. And then the other one is going to be about discounted products, specifically stuff like the Costco bundles, and how you want to approach it. So I'm picking the Costco bundle topic right now because there's none that you can really do. I think they have the Outlaws in Canada, so maybe there's some Canada people that in your local Costco there's some discounted bundles. But in the past year or so, there's been two bundles that were insanely killer deals. One was March of the Machines Commander decks, which at one point those were down to like $10 each bundle, which it had like Commander Master's draft in there, Commander Master, was it set? I think that alone covered the entire thing, and then you get a deck on it, Commander deck, and if you were sitting on any of those Commander decks, some of them are selling for like $50-$60 just the deck alone. So definitely was a lot of money there. And then even the Lord of the Rings one, there was a moment where you could have got some of them for like $30-$20 depending on which one it was. I remember I got some of those Elven Council ones for $20 at one of my local Costco's. Got maybe about like 20 boxes of those, and even those you can sell the entire deluxe kit for about $70. So there's definitely a lot of money to be made from some of these repacked and supplemental products from stuff like Costco in the near term and the long term. I mean, if you think about it, in 1 year, if you buy something for $20 and you can flip it for $60 after shipping and fees, it's pretty freaking killer. That's amazingly killer. And I can only expect it to go up from here. So anyways, let me jump right into it. How to ship single booster packs. So first thing is, it depends on how many booster packs you have. So I like to keep it around 2 to 4 because 2 booster packs can fit in one envelope, and you can cover that with 3.5 ounce shipping. So my rule of thumb is, I think 1 booster pack, if you ship that with everything, should be about 1.5 ounces. So if I was shipping 1 booster pack in the mail, it's just going to be 2 stamps. One's going to be the Forever stamp, the other one's going to be the school bus. And if I'm shipping 2, I'm going to have both of them in the same envelope. I use the long envelopes with no window. I hear a lot of stories about the window actually getting caught in the machines and causing some issues. So I do not use the window envelopes. I use the completely blanked out ones. Is it the security envelope? I don't even know if it has security on it. So what I would do is, you would use, if you have 1 booster pack, you're going to use 2 ounces. If you have 2, you're going to use 3 ounces. So that's 1 Forever stamp and 2 school bus. Now, if you're shipping international, you can do very similar. So 1 stamp should be able to cover to Canada for 1.5 ounces, and then 2 stamps should be able to cover up to 2.5 ounces. So sometimes, just to be safe, I will use 2 to 3 stamps I'll use about 3 stamps if I'm shipping 2 of them, and 2 stamps if I'm shipping 1. Much cheaper than paying about $10 or $12 to ship to Canada, or $5 or $6 to ship within the US. Just 3 stamps, 3 here or there. So another thing I like to do is, what I'll do is I'll have maybe a strip of cardboard or something old that I had, and I'll cut that down to size. I can even use the plastic shipping shields that you get from some of those. Maybe you bought something from TCG Player and someone sent it to you. I never buy those, so I actually don't know the product name, but those plastic card sleeves, the ones that are a bit loose, easy to open, they have some room in it, and I'll slip a booster pack in there. So I'll use those if I'm shipping a collector booster pack in the mail. I was doing that for some of these Tarkir collector booster packs, because you could buy the collector booster pack from GameStop for about $26 after tax, and then I was shipping them After fees, after shipping, I was profiting maybe about $6 or $8 each booster pack. So I was shipping those through the mail in the plastic the plastic little cart sleeve. So that would take, the 2 stamps, one forever, one school bus, ship it off. Had no issues. Now, one thing you have to be careful about is if you ship normal booster packs through the mail, unfortunately, sometimes it will get loose and open mid-transit. So I have had people message me and say, hey, dude, you opened up my booster pack. What gives? Why'd you send me an open booster pack? And so I'm like, oh man, another one. So I have to explain myself and try to make it, sometimes they'll start with a 1-star review. So one thing you want to be careful about when you ship it is I like to use painter's tape for anything I pack, just because the painter's tape can come out quick, come up easily. And I will painter's tape across the seal of the booster pack. That way it doesn't shuffle around as much and it can get some stability so that when you ship off whatever it is, whatever booster pack, it doesn't open mid-mail, because you could not afford to have someone 1-starring you when they got a booster pack that had a hit single in it, but it came open. So, and I've had that. I think someone pulled out like what is it? Urza's something. Anyways, so that's pretty much what I do. Is just you have to be careful with the risk, which is not only that someone, if they're getting a booster pack, they might be like, ooh, free booster pack, and then say they never received it. And then also you have to be careful about the fact that they may open up mid-mail. So if that happens, I try to offer them like a couple dollars discount. Maybe they get furious. If they do, I'll try to offer more. And then if they're too insufferable to deal with, sometimes I just refund them and block the buyer so I can not have to deal with this person. I don't want to be bothered with some of these buyers. If I can cut the loss with a significant, like nothing too significant, like maybe like $5-10, I'll just refund it, and it's not worth any of the hassle of trying to deal with some of these people who get irate online. So that's how I ship my booster packs. A little summary of that. Well, you can just I'll give you a summary. It's going to be the long envelope. If you have 2 packs, I'm going to send that with painter's tape on the parts, on the crimps, and I'm going to have 3 stamps for 2 packs. And one thing to note is if you have 4 packs or 6 packs, and you can somehow still ship it without having the tracking, if you can get around the tracking for TCG Player, I will split the envelopes into 2 or 3 different envelopes that I'll send. So the reason why I'll do that, and then I'll just message them. That way they know what's happening. They know that it's coming in different packages. They can expect it. And once it's arrived, they'll be all good. Sometimes one arrives before the other and they get a little confused because they never saw your message, but that's always worked out for me. Now, the follow-up conversation, I'm going to lead right into it, is going to be the supplemental products and how to approach this. So let's take something like the Costco bundles, the Deluxe bundles. So the March, I'm going to do the Lord of the Rings ones because I have a lot of those right now. So there's a couple ways to look at it. So let's say you have the Commander deck. You can look at the Commander deck pricing and see how much they're going for. So let's say the Commander decks are going for like $41. All of them are going for $41, maybe upwards of $41. One thing you can do is you can actually make a listing that says deck only. You can do this on eBay. You can do this on TCG Player. Now, I know F&F, Forge and Fire, they sell a lot of these. They say like minimal packaging. And what they'll do is they'll take the sample pack out. The reason why this is actually much more favorable, especially if you can reduce the price by like $1, is because you can get down the shipping size. You can ship a much smaller box, you can discard all the packaging, and you can get the sample booster. So it's cheaper to ship, which means you actually profit more from just shipping it. Let's say you sent the sample pack. Let's say you did. You'd actually profit more. And then you also get the sample pack, which you can either open it or try to sell it to someone on TCG Player, which they don't move that quick, but I'm sure you can bundle them on like eBay or something like that and get them moving. So that's with the deck, and often they come with stuff like promos, and they come with little miscellaneous packs. So that's where shipping the individual packs comes in. I'd highly recommend you decide if you want to just ship all the packs or if you want to open. Shipping the packs is very steady money. It's very reliable, and you don't have to risk on not getting the EV back. Especially if you're only opening up a couple packs, there's a pretty high likelihood that you won't even get a hit that would make up for a single pack, and you've opened like 3 or 4, and you're just getting like these 25-cent hits. So consider the estimated value of whatever it is. If you can have someone who has access to Mox Alpha, the pricing tool that will have all the estimated values for any sealed product. So that would be really nice for stuff like the set booster packs and stuff like that, to realize if it's even worth opening them up, or if you can get more money on average just selling them, which on average would be, if you can get more money on average selling them, that's preferable, because you don't have to go through the risk of opening it and then not getting anything anyways. So back to the discussion. So let's say the kits are, let's say these Costco items are selling for about $40. So actually what they will do, if these don't sell fast enough, they will start to slowly discount them. So maybe after a month or two of sitting on the shelves, they will discount it from $40 to, let's say, $30. So now it becomes pretty profitable to just buy that, ship the deck off, and then everything else you had is profit. Now, when I mentioned the Martian Machine one, this one was so nice because you could open up the product, get the booster packs out, sell those, sit on all the commander decks, which I'm still selling through some of those commander decks. I did sell all of them, so I think the what's it called, Growing Threat, those are about $60 right now. And then there's that dude who's got the meditation stance. I know he's about like $40-50, and I was getting these decks for about $20, selling the Commander Masters in the booster packs in bulk. I think I made a TCG Player listing, and I said like 36 packs or whatever the box was, and then I just shipped them off all in bulk. So that way you can also avoid having to do individual booster packs being shipped. Is just once you get enough, you just save everything up, you get enough, and you just ship it all off. So yeah, I'd highly advise anytime that Costco has those that you strike, and not only strike, but you consider what products you actually want to save for the long run. So part of the Magic the Gathering's business world is that you can sit on a product and profit more than you would have you could profit way more than you would have if you would have just sold it immediately. So for instance, something like the Lord of the Rings Commander deck, when they have these products out there, everyone knows there's arbitrage, so people are going to be buying and relisting and selling and nuking the price until the price pretty much hits where they can profit off, and then even dips a little lower than that because some people bought too much or they're sitting on it and they panic. So sometimes it's a good idea to buy these things at discount. Sit on them for maybe a couple months, maybe a year. And then after that, once not only the product cycle for whatever it is has dried up, but anyone who was buying these to flip from Costco, all of these sellers are gone. So not only are those sellers are gone, but the normal sellers are gone, and your product is just climbing in value past what you could have normally got these products for anyways, and they've got extra packs. Now, another thing about this is the entire sealed item. You can sit on the whole sealed item and ship that off. So you could have there was many times that I bought these for about $30-40, shipped the whole thing off, maybe sold it for like $70-80, and profited maybe like $10-20-30 on each one of these. Just buying it, next day selling it, or same day packaging it, selling it. What I was doing was I would buy a 20 by 10 by 4 box
to ship these in, and you could put two of those bundles in there, up to two. So I wouldn't put any packing material. The box is sturdy enough. I would just put, tape the box up, put that in there, ship it off for about $10 or $12. If someone buys two, that's way better because, half the shipping cost, so that it's like $6 each shipped. And I would just put both of those in the box, ship it off. Sometimes they would buy other things with it. You just put that right in the package, maybe find a way to keep it secure, especially if it's like loose singles. Put it in a shipping shield, tape it to the side of the box, tape it to the invoice, whatever you have to do to kind of get it from moving around too much and getting lost. And there you go. So those are many ways you can not only ship the sealed, the single booster packs, the sealed booster packs, but you can profit off of stuff like the Costco bundles. Now, just do a quick search of stuff like the March of the Machine Deluxe bundle and the Lord of the Rings Deluxe bundle, and then now it's going to be the Outlaws Deluxe bundle. Just look at the where some of those prices have moved, and you can see that even if you were to go right now on the Costco website and buy the non-discounted Outlaws of Thunder Junction bundles, you can see some easy direction of a flip. So that's a pretty nice opportunity. You do have to wait a little bit for those because a lot of the money's already been made on those, and you have to wait for kind of some fruit to reappear on the tree. And yeah, other than that, good luck. If you have any comments, if you made it to the end and you're somehow paying attention, please please comment, please subscribe. I'm pretty new, so it's a long road. I'm kind of just making these videos maybe in the future someone goes down and starts watching these and they actually get some tips on how to not only start their Magic the Gathering business, but little other ways to profit and save some money. So let me know what you think, and that's pretty much it. I might have missed some things, but I'll see you in the next one.